So, not every book that I buy or read is a book that I actually know what it's about. It's not necessarily a book that I have actively chosen for myself. So I probably know nothing about it, but I buy it anyway. And usually it's either a cover buy, which I know you're not supposed to, but everybody does. Or in the case of this video, and a lot of them actually, it would be a random recommendation from like Book Outlet or ThriftBooks, books that I had never heard of before, but it was suggested that, hey, you might like this. And so occasionally, without even reading what it's about, I trust their recommendation and I add it to my cart and check out. And so these reading random books vlogs are really going to be that. Books that I didn't know anything about prior to reading or buying them, but I'm reading them anyway. And in this blog, it's going to be reading The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This was a Book Outlet suggestion the last time I was buying books, and the cover got me. So I bought it strictly because I loved the cover. I didn't read anything about it. I knew nothing about it until I received the book and started reading it. Okay, so this book is about 17-year-old Alice and her mother. They live life on the road, moving from place to place to place, because they have this trail of extremely bad luck following them wherever they go. Alice's grandmother is an author of these very dark, very underground popular fairy tales. And one day, Alice learns that her grandmother has died. After that, their bad luck does seem to settle down, at least for a short while, long enough for them to settle for a little bit in New York City. But doesn't last forever, because soon after, Alice's mom goes missing. She's taken and no one knows why, who, or where, or what happened. And so Alice then has to, with the help of a friend from school who happens to be a big fan of her grandmother's stories, they set off on a trail trying to figure out what happens. And then things happen. So let's get into this vlog. Alright, so sorry if you can hear the lawnmower, but it's Wednesday, and I started the Hazelwood yesterday. I went outside. It was a nice warm afternoon. I went outside on the back porch to read for just a little bit. And 2 hours later, I was 100 pages into it. I was not expecting that to happen. That very rarely ever happens to me. But it kind of sucked me in right from the beginning. So far, great start. I kind of wish I wouldn't have done it yesterday, because today I haven't been able to read it all because last night was a due date, which means I'm grading all day today and then probably tomorrow as well. And then Friday will be my normal work day, so I probably won't be able to pick it back up again until this weekend, which makes me sad. But I'm happy. I'm enjoying it. And I guess I will check back in with you once I'm able to read again. Thursday of the next week, the last time that I updated you. I have read some more. I did read over the weekend and a little bit earlier in the week. I'm still only about halfway through, and I'm still very much enjoying it. Still, absolutely nothing has been explained, but just one thing after another, after another, after another. The pace is really fast, which I'm enjoying. Like I said, still have no clue what's happening. They haven't quite made it into the Hazelwood yet, but they are close. Some secrets have been revealed, but nothing that really so far points to the overall plot of why things are happening or what is going on. So, I don't know. I'm still really enjoying it, and I hope that this continues. Hey, Birdman. So I do hope that it continues, that I'm enjoying it, because I think that there is the second book out already, so that I could potentially go ahead and pick it up if I want to. If it keeps going the way that it's going as far as how much I'm enjoying it, I imagine that's what's going to happen. I don't know what's going on with the lighting, why I'm so red, but I was trying to give you a little bit of a different background than the sunroom, which is where I normally film. So I had went outside because it's an absolutely beautiful day, but it was so windy the audio would have been terrible. So I had to come back in, and so I decided to try a different part of the house, but this light is not being my friend. It's really windy because it's blowing away the last dregs of Hurricane Zeta that we got last night and yesterday. It was really rainy, but anyway, I'm sorry about looking so weird. But there's our, up on the chandelier is our Disney Skyliner that we made during quarantine that's still hanging up. It makes us happy, but we look at it, so we keep her there. But I am, like I said, it's Thursday now. I don't really have too much to prep for work tomorrow, so I imagine I am actually going to get some reading done today. And then tomorrow at work won't be too long. The class is actually going to be kind of short, so I'll probably have time to read some more tomorrow. I think I could definitely get it done before the end of October, which is Saturday. So Halloween is Saturday in 2 days. So I think it's definitely doable, especially since I am listening to the audiobook and reading. So that helps me get through a lot faster. But I will check in with you after I read some more. Hello friends, it's now Monday, November 2nd, but I did finish reading The Hazelwood over the weekend. I was very much enjoying it pretty much the whole way through. The pace was good, it was mysterious, I didn't know what was going on, I didn't guess really at all of what was actually happening. So all the way through I was really thinking that this was going to be a 5-star read, but it turned out to be a 4-star, and that's because of the ending. So not because of the ending itself as in how it ended, but just that the ending it felt very rushed. Too rushed, like they were just trying to wrap up ends, and it did wrap up in a nice pretty box with a bow and everything on it, which I wasn't expecting, especially since there is a second book out, but I don't know how it can continue because the story was wrapped up. So you could potentially read this as a standalone if you wanted. So I was reading through some of the reviews of this book, and a lot of them were not liking Alice, the main character. And to be fair, she is not likable at all. She's very angry for no reason. She sets off for no reason. But that is explained in the story, and it makes sense given the plot of the story. So I don't know why people were having a problem with that. Yes, she's unlikable, but she was meant to be unlikable, so it did the job. It did the right thing. So I did want to mention that if you do read this book, chances are you won't like Alice. I didn't really care for Alice either, but once it gets explained as to what is happening, it makes sense. So it's not that big of a deal in the overall arch of things. Okay, so I do want to talk about some things that are probably spoilers. So I will put up a timestamp for you guys to skip if you want. But I have questions, and I want to know if you have those questions too. Hang on, I got a phone call. Hello?
Hi.
Hey. I don't know if that paused while I was talking on the phone, but sorry. Okay, so I have questions. For instance, since Ella was a human and she intervened in the story by taking Alice in the first place, how did that not break the story to begin with? I don't get that part. I don't get. And how, if everybody else in the castle, when the spinner brought Alice back to her story, if they were all kind of stuck in motion or their last movement part in the story, I don't know how to say that. How did the redhead guy brother break free and go kidnap Alice? And what powers does he have to keep showing her the poem, the rhyme that helped her get through the halfway woods about the trees and the sun coming up? Yeah, so I don't know. Some of those things I don't understand. So maybe I misread it or misinterpreted it. So if you have read this book, let me know in the comments, I guess. Just preface it by saying spoilers so nobody reads it if they don't want to. But I'm curious, do you have those same questions? Do you have more questions? Are those questions answered in the second book, even though I don't know why there's a second book since the story got wrapped up in the first book? I'm curious. Please let me know. So overall, I did enjoy the reading experience. It was fun. I'm glad I read it, and I'm glad that book outlet recommended it to me. Thank you for watching, and I hope that means I will see you soon.